Right, this is another one. This is Tails and Cyborg, known for either Injustice or Teen Titans. If you are familiar with Teen Titans, this is one of the members. Tails has 25 rather than... Tails has 25 bits of articulation rather than 22 that Sonic and Shadow have, while the rest has. Well, we're not sure about Knuckles. We'll find out about Knuckles when we review Knuckles. We've got Shadow. We've got Shadow reviewed. There's Tails. Yes, he's got some articulation. This is the one that has the most articulation out of the series. Without further ado, let's get him out the box and have a look at the figure. Right, here we are. Here's the other one. Without further ado, let's get Cyborg Tails out the box. Well, I wasn't a fan of Teen Titans Go when I was younger. It was way before my time. Oh god. But with Tails fits in there, it's perfect. And Tails has 25 bits of articulation. We'll just get Tails out. And yes, we have his super counterpart. We've got his other counterpart figure ready to go when we get down to it. When we get down to the comparison. Just snip. If we could just try and snip the arms. If I can just... These little cables are a pain in the arse. They are such a pain in the arse to get to. When you want to get something out there, right pain in the arse. They are right a pain in the backside to get at. They're right a pain in the arse to get to that. Unless you're doing something from the back. Unless you're doing something genius. Unless you're doing something genius on the back. Which I can do like this. Get these out without adult supervision. Don't tempt us yourself. Don't tempt us yourself. Right. Oh god, Tails is just falling out the box. Right. You know what we do. Oh my god. I think my recycling bins are full of these boxes of plastic packaging. Anyway, let's have a look at Tails. Tails has 25 bits of articulation, but these are additional. This is kind of like Cyborg's specialty. Well, if you remember in Sonic Lost World, that Tails almost became robot size, but he didn't. This was a similar version. Then you got right now we get on with the comparisons, then shall we? Right, first comparison. Neo Metal Sonic. Use your tip, Metal Sonic. Usual Metal Sonic. He's a bit smaller. He's smaller than Tails. But Tails is a little bit bigger. As usual. You can go back. You can't go back yet because you've still got some work to do. And here is Jet the Hawk. Hope you don't fall over, Mr. Jet, because you've got one more handle to handle. And the last figure we've got to look at is his superposable version, which we'll fetch now. And here it is. There's his superposable form. There's his big form. I'll say they're about 7 inches. Yeah, there's Tails' form compared to his original form and the smaller form. Now we bring him back. Now we bring him in with the other Injustice crew. Right, first comparison is we're going to go backwards. We've got Knuckles. We've got Knuckles as Superman, which I'll put in the order in a minute. Then we've got Green Lantern as Silver. We've got Green Lantern as Silver, which I'll position here, which I'm going to position. And then we've got the Flash as Sonic on the left-hand side of Tails. And of course we already compared Superman, Knuckles. So Knuckles will have to go in the middle. And then I need to go ahead and do Shadow as Batman. Quickly do it here. There's Tails and Batman. Bat Tails and Shadow. Right. Let me just reposition. Let me just position Shadow behind. Let me just position Shadow, and then I'll put Tails in. Then I've got to find somewhere to put Tails. Then I've got to find somewhere to put Tails, and I've got to find somewhere to put Tails. I've got to find somewhere to put Tails. Find somewhere to put Tails. The cyborg Tails. Perfect. There we are. There we are. We've almost got the gang. Yeah, there's 5 of them. There's 5 out of 6. There is 1 more to go. And we've got 1 more to go. And that being Amy. We've got 1 more set to go. And then I've reviewed all 6 of them. Lovely. Anyway, further ado, I better love you and leave you. And I'll see you in another one. See you in the other video. Bye-bye.